This neighborhood is called Sal si puedes, which means get out if you can. It's one of the places where a lot of migrants come down here because this is where all the cheap stuff is, the cheap hotels, the cheap places to eat, that sort of thing. And we're down here today talking to some of those migrants to find out why they're coming right now. Okay, so this lady behind me just came from Venezuela, literally like 2 weeks ago. And they came straight through Colombia. Most people stay in Colombia for like a couple of years and, save money and work and everything. But this lady heard that the gates were open for Venezuelans, and she left Venezuela and came straight through Colombia, walked up the beach from Capurganá to a place called Carreto. There she was stopped by the Indians and because she had kids, they said, everybody in front of you is being robbed, raped. It's really bad, really dangerous. You can't go forward. So she stayed on the beach there camping for 2 weeks. And she said it was like really hungry, went through all their food. The Indians were nice enough to give her a little bit of food so that she didn't die with her baby. She's literally got a 3-month-old baby here. It was insane. And they kept them there for 2 weeks. Then they let them go. It took them 4 days walking from there to get to Canamembrillo and then come out here to Panama City.
The migration flows coming to Panama through the Darien from Colombia are up 70% from 2021 to 2022.
Explíqueme por qué quiere volver a Venezuela.
Porque no puede pasar a Estados Unidos.
A Estados Unidos. ¿Y por qué no?
¿Por qué no? Porque eso caminaba en San Pedro, no están dando permiso ni nada. Entonces estábamos durmiendo en la calle.
¿Están viviendo en la calle?
Estábamos durmiendo en la calle allá en México.
¿Y dónde? Allá en México, en Tapachula.
Ajá, en San Pedro.
San Pedro.
Llegamos a San Pedro y duramos como 11 días esperando el permiso y nunca nos lo dieron.
So she's been living in Peru for 4 years, making a living. And she left her country, Venezuela, more than 4 years ago. But then 4 months ago, with all of the news that she's been hearing about the U.S. southern border being wide open, everybody decided it was time to leave. Her entire neighborhood cleared out, and they all tried to go to the United States. But she got as far as Mexico, and she was told at the border, Guatemala-Mexican border, that there's already too many people in the system, and they're not going to let anybody else pass. And so she was stuck living on the streets in Tapachula and decided that it was time to try to get back to her family. Okay, pues que Dios le bendiga. Gracias. ¿Estás aquí con tu mano?
If individuals from these countries attempt to cross the U.S. border without authorization, or the Mexico or Panama borders, after today, they will not be eligible for this new legal pathway.
This is a backdoor amnesty. This is about bringing 120,000 illegal aliens, immigrants, into the USA every month, and that's just from 4 countries with work visas. This program's not about slowing the migrant flow. It's a TSA Pre-Check for migrants so that it's done out of sight. It's just optics. It's so that they can claim they're stopping the migration flow, but it's only hiding it.
What we're finding down here is that most of these migrants have been out of the country that they left, that they're fleeing because of war and violence, for a matter of years, 4, 5, 6 years. They go somewhere else, they make a nice life, they get a job, they're working, they're surviving, and then they see what amounts to an infomercial on television from the United States saying, now is the time to come to the United States. That could be a news broadcast talking about the change in the policy, the change in the administration, whatever it is, they all decide now is the time to get to the U.S. and they leave and start heading north. Oh no, it wouldn't do this all night. Whoa, we got major rainstorm here in Panama. This is very abnormal because this is the dry season, which goes usually from December through April. And right now we're having rain like we have in the middle of the wet season in October. So they say it's La Nina doing that. It's a cyclical thing, but normally we get about 12 feet of rain here in Panama. Last year we got 19 feet, and from the looks of things here, we may get even more this year.